Johnny Depp's potential return to the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise has been a topic of relentless speculation, fueled by loyal fans, persistent rumors, and subtle industry shifts that may now indicate his comeback is more than just wishful thinking. The mere mention of Depp's name instantly conjures up the image of Captain Jack Sparrow, the eccentric, rum-soaked pirate with a moral compass as unpredictable as the seas he sails. After his controversial departure from the Habbo franchise amid his legal battles with ex-wife Amber Heard, it seemed the Black Pearl had sailed away from Depp for good. Yet, in recent months, whispers have grown louder, and signs are pointing toward a possible reconciliation between Depp and Disney, suggesting that the actor's iconic character might once again hoist the sails and navigate the stormy waters of cinema. For years, Johnny Depp was synonymous with the Pirates franchise. His portrayal of Captain Jack Sparrow turned what was once considered a risky adaptation of a theme park ride into a multi-billion-dollar global phenomenon. The character earned him an Academy Award nomination and cemented his legacy as one of the most distinctive characters in modern cinematic history. However, Depp's career hit choppy waters when allegations of domestic abuse surfaced in the wake of his tumultuous relationship with Amber Heard. What followed was a prolonged and public legal battle, during which Disney quietly distanced itself from the actor, effectively removing him from further installments of the franchise. Depp's absence was felt deeply by fans and critics alike, with many arguing that no other actor could replicate the chaotic charm and unpredictable brilliance he brought to the role. As the dust from his courtroom battles begins to settle, there is a palpable sense of reevaluation happening behind the scenes in Hollywood. Depp's defamation trial against Heard, which concluded with a verdict largely in his favor, shifted public sentiment. It wasn't just a legal win, it was a moment of vindication for Depp in the court of public opinion. Social media was ablaze, with hashtags in support of the actor, and fan petitions demanding his return to the Pirates franchise garnered millions of signatures. Disney, ever attuned to public perception and market demand, began to feel the pressure. Executives who once saw Depp as a liability now reportedly view him through a different lens, one tinted by nostalgia, redemption, and the promise of office gold. Industry insiders have hinted that preliminary talks between Depp's representatives and Disney have quietly resumed. While both parties have been tight-lipped about specifics, sources close to the situation suggest that the studio is exploring various creative avenues that could facilitate Depp's return without compromising its commitment to social responsibility or alienating certain segments of its audience. One potential approach could involve positioning Depp's Jack Sparrow as a mentor or side character in a new installment, thereby preserving the magic of the character while ushering in a new generation of pirates. This strategy would allow Disney to capitalize on the character's enduring popularity without appearing to make a full-throated endorsement of Depp himself, a delicate balancing act in today's hyper-scrutinized cultural landscape. There are also financial incentives for Disney to bring Depp back into the fold. The last film in the franchise, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales, was the second lowest grossing entry in the series domestically and received lukewarm reviews. While it still performed respectably worldwide, it lacked the spark that had once made the franchise irresistible to audiences. Analysts argue that Depp's absence in future installments could significantly impact the franchise's profitability. Merchandising revenue, theme park tie-ins, and international box office numbers are all intricately linked to the popularity of Jack Sparrow. Simply put, the character is the face of the franchise, and Depp is the face of the character. Another key factor is the shifting leadership within Disney itself. With Bob Iger's return as CEO, there has been a renewed focus on revitalizing core properties and reconnecting with longtime fans. Iger has been known for his strategic thinking and willingness to make bold decisions to preserve the company's legacy. If anyone within the company has the clout and vision to bring Depp back under the right circumstances, it's Iger. Reports indicate that he has been reviewing the company's approach to legacy franchises, including Pirates of the Caribbean, and is open to re-examining decisions made during a more reactive period in the company's recent history. On Depp's side, the actor has remained coy, but not dismissive about the possibility of returning. While he previously stated in court that he would not work with Disney again, even for $300 million and a million alpacas. Those comments were made in the heat of litigation. Since then, His public demeanor has softened, and his comments about the franchise have taken on a more reflective tone. Friends and collaborators suggest that Depp has a deep affection for the character and the world they created together. For him, returning to the role might not be just about career revival, but about reclaiming a part of himself that was tainted by years of personal and professional turbulence. Depp's recent career moves also hint at a strategic comeback. He has been selective in his roles, choosing projects that emphasize artistic integrity over box office potential. His performance in Jean du Barry, where he portrayed King Louis XV, was met with critical acclaim and suggested a renewed focus on character-driven roles. At the same time, he has been quietly rebuilding relationships within the industry, appearing at festivals, supporting younger artists, and staying active in the arts through music and directing. These calculated moves seem to be preparing the ground for a more mainstream re-entry, possibly aboard the Black Pearl. The fan base has never stopped believing in Jack Sparrow, and by extension, Johnny Depp. On social media, fan art, cosplay, and tribute videos continue to circulate, keeping the character alive in the public consciousness. The emotional investment in Depp's return is profound, rooted not just in nostalgia, but in a collective sense of justice and redemption. For many fans, seeing him don the tricorn hat once more would symbolize not just the continuation of a beloved story, but the triumph of an artist over adversity. Moreover, the entertainment industry is in a period of transition, where audiences are increasingly dictating the terms of engagement. Studios that once made top-down decisions are now more data-driven, relying on algorithms, social trends, and fan feedback to guide casting and development choices. The overwhelming support for Depp's return is not just noise, it's data. And in an age where streaming numbers, merchandise sales, and social media impressions can make or break a project, ignoring that data is a risk Disney may no longer be willing to take. There are still obstacles, of course. Depp's legal and personal history remains a point of contention for some, and Disney must weigh the potential backlash against the benefits of his return. Advocacy groups and critics have voiced concerns about what his reinstatement might signal, in terms of accountability and precedent. But the entertainment world is no stranger to controversy, and redemption arcs are a well-worn path in Hollywood. The key lies in how the narrative is shaped. If Depp's return is framed not as a reward, but as a second chance earned through humility, growth, and public support, it could resonate positively. The idea of a Pirates of the Caribbean film without Jack Sparrow is akin to a treasure map without an X, technically functional but devoid of magic. Writers, producers, and even co-stars have publicly acknowledged this reality. Kaya Scodelario, who played Karina Smith in the fifth film, noted in interviews that Depp's energy was the soul of the set. Jeffrey Rush, who portrayed Captain Barbossa, has expressed admiration for Depp's improvisational brilliance. Even director Gore Verbinski, who helmed the original trilogy, has subtly indicated that the series would benefit immensely from Depp's return. In the end, what's at stake is more than just a movie role. It's the restoration of a cultural icon, a character who has left an indelible mark on global pop culture. It's also a test of how the industry navigates the complex terrain of public redemption and corporate accountability. If the rumors are true and Johnny Depp does return to the high seas, it will not only be a triumphant moment for fans, but a case study in the evolving dynamics between stars, studios, and society. For now, the compass seems to be pointing toward a possible return. The winds are shifting, the tides are turning, and somewhere out there, a bottle of rum is waiting. Whether or not Captain Jack Sparrow will once again stagger onto the deck of the Black Pearl remains to be seen, but for the first time in a long time, it seems more likely than fans ever dared to hope.